know how much planning it takes to raid a construction site and detain over 100 hardworking men, fathers, sons, husbands, who are all just trying to survive, to contribute to the economy, to provide for their families? Truly, just think about it, how much time, energy, and effort it takes to coordinate this. The amount of planning, surveillance, paperwork to raid a construction site when there's actually real problems in the world, such as trafficking, gun violence, corruption. But you say, I want to go after the criminals, but somehow the only criminals that you're going after are hardworking people. Like, make it fucking make sense. Showing up to work sites, showing up to immigration appointments, detaining children. It doesn't fucking make sense. It infuriates me. It makes me sad. I experience so many emotions. This world is truly evil, and my heart just goes out to all the families whose fathers, sons, and husbands did not make it home.
Guys, we've got some breaking news today coming to you out of Tallahassee, Florida. A massive ICE raid took place at a construction site near Florida State University. Over 100 people were detained. The official line is that it's an ongoing investigation. But people on the ground were saying that legal citizens were cuffed and detained too. Let me say that again. According to witness reports, legal citizens with documentation were also allegedly detained. The agencies involved claim that they were just executing multiple warrants, but people are reporting that no warrants were ever served. So yet again, another case of no due process, just rounding people up. Now, this wasn't just ICE. Florida Highway Patrol, U.S. Marshals, and Homeland Security investigations, they were also involved. They rolled up pretty deep. But no one is saying why, and as of right now, they're not releasing any names or charges. Witnesses are reporting that they saw people separated by race and accent. People with IDs still being forced onto buses. Buses with covered windows, by the way. If this isn't authoritarian energy, I don't know what is. We're seeing multiple immigration raids that just rely on racial profiling. In broad daylight, near a college campus. This is the Trump administration's America. So essentially, if your skin is a few shades darker than my pale ass and you're on a work site, even with documentation, you might be detained as well. Make sure to hit that follow for updates regarding this whole situation.
So today in Tallahassee, Florida, there was a huge ICE raid, and clips of this ICE raid were going viral. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. There was at least 100 plus people. All of these people that were arrested in this ICE raid were construction workers, and they were literally working, and the ICE agents went and raided the whole work site. I'm playing clips so you guys can see, but it's so sad to see the fear in our people and see the sadness in our people's eyes, and just see the look of scare in their eyes, you know, in their face. Just see how scared they look. And I'm playing clips so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But man, this is honestly sad to see, because imagine not being able to come back to your family. And you can see that these people are hard workers. They're working for the family. They're working for a better future. But, you know, sadly, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them got arrested. What is your guys' opinion on this? And how do you guys feel about this? Like, how does seeing something like this make you guys feel? Because to me, it honestly breaks my heart. And it makes me feel sad. And
Construction of our home is in jeopardy because the labor situation is completely unknown.
Andy Adamick is supposed to move into his new home in July, and he likes the guys who are working on it. He doesn't know what their immigration statuses are, but they were not there when he checked on the house Tuesday.
Because these guys provide a valuable labor force.
Well, I guess if you're looking for a multi-million-dollar home in the villages, you're going to have to wait a little bit. There's labor shortages. I guess there was an ICE raid, and they grabbed all the people building the homes. And I guess one of the homeowners or the guy running the facility said they provide a valuable labor for us. Yeah, lower wages, right? No benefits. Under the table money, yeah, makes me sick. Hire Americans. Americans can do that work. It may cost you more, but yeah, these migrants, they provide valuable labor so I can build my $1 million home on pennies on the dollar. That makes me sick.
The largest ICE deportation raid in Florida's history just happened yesterday in Tallahassee, Florida, where ICE officials arrested up to 100 illegal immigrants. This happened at Florida State University, right in Tallahassee, Florida, where allegedly officials arrested up to 100 illegal immigrants working on that construction site. Some of these men were handcuffed, others were zip-tied, and then they were led into the back of a white school bus with no air conditioning on a day where the temperatures felt like 86 degrees. One of the men that were arrested said there was water, but there were no cups. He said, "I'm sad. It's not the time or the moment for us to leave." Many of the construction workers were in bright yellow and jean work clothes, and some didn't have any money on them, and others were worried that their family members who thought they were just going to disappear. Another man who was arrested said, "We're the ones who helped this country succeed, but if President Trump doesn't see this and he treats us like criminals, we will not help him. Whatever we'll put our efforts to in our own country." There were even videos of people helping these men run away because police were not able to arrest all of them, and men were waiting down the street in pickup trucks, letting the construction workers run to them to help them get away from ICE.
This is not going to be popular, and I wasn't going to speak on this, but yeah, first of all, let me just say this. If you've been following me from day one, then you know that I made a video. I had like 200 followers, let me say this. And I made a video venting, because I'm from Miami, about, how can I say this on social media? The people that's from the CUB country. Okay, let me just say it like that, right? And that video went so viral that I end up waking up the next day. I promise you, I think it took 2 days to hit 10,000 followers, right? But my video then wasn't how I don't like the people. Let me say it like that. My video was the complaint being from Miami about how, to me, the people mistreated everyone else. Okay, and I'm not going to go over that. If you're from Miami, then you know what I'm speaking of, okay? But that was my video, the mistreatment, the fact that you couldn't get a job unless you was bilingual, yada, yada. But this is still ridiculous. This is still sad. And what I look at, for me, is, number one, the way they're doing it, they're just arresting people based off the fact that they could tell that they're Hispanic. Some of these people are running because they do have their documents, but they're running because, as y'all know, people are still being deported. Even, first of all, did y'all hear about the one that's actually born? Like American citizens is still being deported. But anyway, based off the fact that they don't want to go through it, some of them, they're running anyway. Everyone here is not illegal. But the thing is, I already said it before. I think for us, and I'm not saying it's our fight, we need to be involved. That's not what I'm saying. But I said it before. To me, because it's done off of hate on a race of people, it's hard for me to cheer it on any kind of way. Whether they're hating on us or we or the other people hating on them. It's based off of hate race. When it's based off of hate race, I don't care who it is. You cannot run a successful country operating off of hate. If you're going to do it right. Can you imagine those kids that's waiting on their mother or father to come home? Hate is hate. It is what it is.
So if you weren't aware, there was a massive ICE raid yesterday in Florida, May 29th, at a construction site where they raided amongst the site and detained over 100 hardworking men who provide for this country. I haven't seen a lot of it on my For You page, so I just decided to make a video about it. I don't really have a lot of followers either, so I don't really know who this will reach. I wanted to talk about it because today I saw people protesting against ICE. It was a very small gathering in where I'm from, in Oxnard, but I wanted to talk about it because the ICE raid that happened yesterday in Florida, I know a lot of people say that the police, the highway patrol, they don't work together, but with the ICE raid that happened yesterday, immigration did work with the Florida Highway Patrol. So I think you just have to be cautious. also wanted to make this video because Jimena Arias, she recently popped up on my For You page, and I'm gonna tag her down below, and you guys should go follow her right now because she is posting a lot of the things that she saw in the ICE Detainment Center that a lot of us I know discuss between families, and we never want to imagine happen to one of ours. She's speaking up about the gruesome cases that she saw there, medical doctors there terminating a woman's birth, and I think all the things that we can imagine happen in these detainment camps or concentration camps, as they pretty much are, is inhumane rights that don't apply to everyone. I've seen a lot of people worried too about their DACA status in Texas because of all the rulings that are happening there and how many of them are just looking for jobs in other states. Like Jimena, she was someone who was wrongfully detained. It's really sad what happened yesterday because many children, wives, moms, they're not gonna get to see their dads again, their brothers, their uncles, their husbands. And you know, I think it's important that we learn their names because right now at the moment we don't know who was exactly detained. But I think if more people speak up, just like how we fought for Jimena, and even though she's back home, you know, the things she saw and the things she endured during her time at the detainment camp, it's not right. And it's something she's never gonna forget. And there's people there currently fighting for their lives, seeking medical help that they're never gonna receive, or, you know, it's just swept under the rug. I don't really know who it's gonna reach, but if it reaches anyone, one of the things you should do is go follow Jimena, and hopefully we can find the names of all of the hardworking men who were detained yesterday in Florida.
If you live in Orlando, Florida, please don't scroll, watch this video. ICE was currently just spotted by UCF Orlando, specifically Waterford Lakes. I need everybody to get this video out there and let the people know. Mi gente latino, stay safe. I love you guys.
So here's some more news. In case you missed this, a U.S. citizen was just arrested by ICE and her family calls it a kidnapping. 32-year-old Andrea Velez was on her way to work in downtown Los Angeles when ICE agents pulled up and took her into custody. She's an American citizen born in the U.S., no warrants, and no warning. Video shows agents handcuffing her without asking for ID as her family shouts she is a U.S. citizen, then watches her get carried off in a van. The Department of Homeland Security later said she was arrested for allegedly assaulting an ICE officer, but they haven't released any charges or evidence. And this isn't a one-time mistake. From 2015 to 2020, ICE agents have arrested over 670 U.S. citizens. 70 of those were actually deported, and that was before Trump came back into power. The big question now, will Andrea be released, or will she disappear in detention like so many others? We'll keep watching this case because if ICE can do this to an American citizen, they can do it to anyone. I am Jared Zisser. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Substack for all breaking news, all breaking updates, and of course and always the full story.